deep. It is out of here. 7:56. Bond stands alone.
Now Booker with Tucker on him. Throws it up for 8. Shot blocked by Antetokounmpo. What a block from Giannis.
17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan, open. Chicago with the lead.
Minute remaining. And they're putting Curry in a pick and roll, trying to get him on Irving. Irving and Curry, one-on-one. Irving puts it up. It's good. Kyrie Irving from downtown.
We're sending it in, Jerome. That's for damn sure.
Yes. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Tap Room Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Jordan. Stacks on Stacks Flats. Joined with my man, Swervin' Irvin Washington. We got a metal edition tonight, man. You got the Metallica shirt. I got the Pantera shirt. Let's go.
Never heard of Pantera, but hopefully they don't make garbage music.
You've never heard of Pantera?
Well, I heard of them. I got a couple. I think I got a shirt, but I just never heard their music. But Metallica is the GOAT. Sad but true. Probably one of the best rock songs ever made.
Never heard Pantera. All right.
Well, I probably have. I just didn't know what I was listening to.
We're swinging and missing to start the show. That's 0 for 1. No, I'm just playing. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the podcast. Happy Sunday, everybody. Happy 4th of July holiday weekend, which is why Big Ball and Ben Larson is not here. He is on extended weekend warrior edition this week. He's at his future mother-in-law's and no access to technology, but that's okay. We're going to hold it down. Big show on deck. Obviously, Major League Baseball All Stars reserves were announced today. Pitchers were announced today. And then we got the trade deadline coming up. Obviously, we're about halfway through the season. Trade deadline coming up at the end of the month. So we got a lot to talk about there. And then obviously Dame Lillard on Saturday finally decided to run from the grind. And so we got some trade stuff to talk about, NBA futures, and a lot of movement in the futures market as well the past 40 or 24 hours or so. So a lot to talk about today. We are being brought to you by Tavour. Make sure to go to Tavour.com or download the Tavour app straight to your mobile device and use promo code TAPROOM for $10 off your first purchase of $25 or more. That's craft beer delivered straight to your front door. You don't even have to leave your seat. If you're in the chat, let us know. Say what's up. And yeah, man, excited for the show tonight. Drinking a 311 IPA from El Segundo Brewing Company down in LA, where Irv's at. 311 is one of my favorite bands of all time, so I saw this.
El Segundo.
And I had to try it, so excited to see how that is. Yeah, man. So let's get.
Let me grab my 211. Hold on.
No, there's no way you got 211. Are you serious, bro? If this guy comes in with a 211, I am gonna die, dude.
Hell no. The day I'm drinking 211 is the day y'all can cancel me.
Shit. That was a stuff in college, man, because it got you fucked up for cheap. It was easy.
I could never in my life drink a 211. The lowest I could probably go is Mickey's. That's it.
Man.
Or Old English. Paint thinner.
Been there with King Cobra. I've done an oldie. Mickey's. Mickey's with orange juice. Brass Monkey. Really good, by the way. Those I've never tried. But let's talk some baseball, Irv. So obviously the All Star reserves and starters were announced today. And obviously everyone's gonna think people got snubbed and stuff, but I always, whenever I do this or do these kind of things, I always tell people, man, I don't care if you think a guy got snubbed, you gotta tell me who he's replacing. You know, you can't just be like, this guy got snubbed. All right, cool. Who's he replacing? That's always my thing. So the starters got announced. So for the American League, remember the starters are voted on by the fans too.
Yeah.
So for the American League at catcher, we got Jonah Heim, which is funny because Adley had more votes than him in the first round. Jonah Heim had more votes in the second round. First base, Yandy Diaz.
Them Texas fans got on their high horse.
Oh, I mean, look at the roster. Semien at second base, Josh Young at third base, Corey Seager at shortstop, all from the Texas Rangers. So basically, your infield is all Texas Rangers except for first base.
Josh Young is a rookie too, so that was an all-star starter.
Yep. And then the outfield, we got Mike Trout, Aaron Judge, who's going to be replaced, and Randy Arozarena. And then obviously a DH, Shohei Ohtani. I don't think that one was really tough to make.
Yeah, that's not too debatable.
And then for the National League, we got Sean Murphy at catcher from the Atlanta Braves, Freddie Freeman of the Dodgers, Luis Ariz, which I don't think there was much debate there either. Third base, Nolan Arenado. Shortstop, Orlando Arcia. Outfield, Ronald Acuna, Corbin Carroll, Mookie Betts, and then DH, JD Martinez. So that was the starters. So as far as the starters go, any complaints?
Oh, I would have had Jorge Soler as DH instead of JD.
I agree there.
As far as the NL, that's the only one that I would have a gripe about. The Mookie's a starter too, right?
Yeah, I thought Juan Soto has had a better year than Mookie Betts.
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to that either.
And then third base, I don't think Nolan Arenado's had a great year. Like that's one of those votes where it's like it's just a name.
Like this is like his senior is like his citizenship. It's like his lifetime achievement award.
I wouldn't even say life. I mean, it's just he's the most popular third baseman, and like you look at the third baseman, and when we did our All Star voting last week, I had Spencer Steer of the Reds there, who's had a much better year than Nolan Arenado. I think the problem with Spencer Steer though is that ever since Ellie De La Cruz has come up, he's been moved to like first base primarily.
Yeah,
and obviously he's not getting in over Freddie Freeman Freddie's definitely deserving of first base there. So as far as the starters are concerned, like I definitely think Spencer Steer deserved to go in over Nolan Arenado. And then on the AL side, I don't have a ton of complaints, but obviously I thought Adley Rutschman had a better first half than Jonah Heim. The advanced metrics lean for Adley, the surface metrics lean Jonah Heim. So, I mean, I'm not too, upset. I think it is, a coin flip 50-50. Like, you could take either one of those guys. Yandy, I'm very glad Yandy got in over Vlad Guerrero because Vlad not had an all-star year, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's not had a good year.
So, I thought that was nice that the fans got that one right. And then shortstop Corey Seager, I'm not totally opposed to it, but, I mean, the guy was out for majority of the first month or so injured. So, I mean, I thought Wander Franco should have been shortstop. Those are basically and then also outfield, like Mike Trout, dude. What the fuck are we doing, bro?
Yeah, I don't see how he's a starter, but
Lou Bob or Austin Hayes should have been over him. So those are my only gripes. With that one. So now let's go to the reserves. So the reserves came out today. We got a long list. So Bo Bichette got voted in by his peers. Vlad Guerrero, I don't understand how Vlad is in this game, dude. He has not been playing. I think he'll be the first to tell you he hasn't been playing an All-Star this year.
Well, All-Star game, you got to showcase your stars, your future top dogs, and he is one of those he's still under 25, right?
Yeah, I think so. But I mean, still, Julio Rodriguez took the All-Star game by storm last year, and he definitely wasn't deserving of All-Star game this year, and he didn't get voted in at all.
Damn. Yeah, it's just, some players like other players more than other ones, so I get it. Honestly, I would have had what's his name in there, though.
Who?
Wait, no, he got hurt, so he can't. he didn't know but nah, his bat went cold too. So Mountcastle, his bat went cold.
Yeah, he went ice cold. He
So
went.
it's slim pickings at first base for the American League, though.
Yeah, I mean, you still got. I'm like sitting here trying to think in my head of who's first baseman in the
Yeah,
AL.
Nathaniel Lowe's not playing first base, is he?
Yeah, he is actually. He's had a pretty
Dang.
good year.
Yeah, he could have been considered for it.
Um, who's the first baseman for the Red Sox? Tristan
Uh,
Cassis.
yeah, Cassis.
Oh no, first base. There is robbery, dude. Josh Naylor should have been in over Vlad Guerrero Jr.
Oh yeah.
Definitely, Josh Naylor got
Forgot
fucking robbed.
forgot all about him.
That is a highway robbery there. Whit Merrifield, he's had a pretty good year this year. He's had a bounce back year after last year too. Jose Ramirez obviously getting in. I had him starting too, so nice to see him in there. Lou Bob, Austin Hayes, Jordan, Adolis Garcia, all well deserving. And then for the pitchers, obviously Yenier Cano and Felix Bautista of the Orioles, probably the two best relievers in baseball, getting voted in, which is well deserving. I honestly didn't think Yenier Cano was gonna get voted in, Irv, because he's not a closer, and closers like rarely get non-closers rarely get voted in, like regular relief pitchers. So Yenier getting in there is awesome to see. Emmanuel Clase gets voted in and almost blows a fucking 5-run lead today.
Yeah, that was. I guess that's just one of those times. It's not gonna happen often. So
yeah, Kenley Jansen, who I think could be traded here shortly. And then for starting pitchers, and keep in mind, for those that are new to Major League Baseball, every team has an all-star representative. So every team has to have one all-star. That's the rule. So that's the other thing. If you think a guy got snubbed, you got to keep in mind that every team has to have an all-star representative. So Michael Lorenzen is the lone representative of the Detroit Tigers. Framber Valdez, well-deserved. Shane McClanahan, well-deserved. Kevin Gausman, well-deserved. Luis Castillo, I don't even think he's been the best pitcher for the Mariners, dude.
yeah, that's the name recognition right there.
And this is a game in Seattle. I thought it should have been George Kirby.
Yeah, it should have been Kirby. That would have been the first dude that would have popped in my head. What's the name until his regression? Bryce Miller, he was headed towards like an all-star appearance as a rookie, but he came back down to earth. So
Yep.
happens.
And then, Munoz was hurt for most of the year. He doesn't get hurt. He's probably
But they needed to put my boy out there. I'm kind of upset about that.
Who?
Chris Flexen. He could set the All-Star game ERA record.
He's been flexed to AAA, bro.
I know.
And then Garrett Cole is in for the Yankees, and then Nathan Eovaldi of the Rangers and Sonny Gray for the Twins.
Nice bounce back for Nathan.
Yeah, honestly, I thought you could have made a case for a few Twins starting pitchers. You could have made a case for Bailey Ober, Sonny Gray.
Who pitched today?
Sonny Gray pitched today. Sonny
Gray, yeah, he definitely deserved. Definitely can make a case for that guy.
Yeah, Bailey Ober, who pitched on Saturday, he has a sub-3 ERA. He's been really good.
Yeah,
and then Johan Duran, like, he should be in there too. Like, I think he's had a better year than Emmanuel Clase.
Yeah, and he's not in there. It's kind of that don't make sense to me.
Yeah, I don't like that. And then for the National League, Irv, we got Ozzy Albies, Matt Olson, Austin Riley of the Atlanta Braves, all three get in. Pete Alonso of the Mets, Dansby Swanson of the Cubs. Then we got Juan Soto, Nick Castellanos. I think Castellanos is the lone Phillies representative too. We got Lourdes Gurriel of the Arizona Diamondbacks, very well deserved. Gurriel is having a
career year,
having a great year that's going way under the radar because of what Corbin Carroll's doing, and Corbin Carroll's having a phenomenal year too. Camilo Duvall, the lone representative of the Giants, the closer. Devin Williams of the Brewers, well-deserved. Alexis Diaz of the Reds, well-deserved. Josh Hader of the Padres, well-deserved. I think they nailed the relievers for the NL. And then for pit starters, we got Zach Gallen, Clayton Kershaw, Marcus Stroman, Justin Steele, Spencer Strider,
Nah.
Josiah Gray, Bryce Elder, Mitch Keller, the lone representative of the Pirates.
Well, I know the Dodgers weren't going to have no relievers in there, so you ain't got to worry about that.
Very true. Very true. Only one I'm kind of like questioning is Spencer Strider, dude.
Yeah, Spencer Strider should have been an All-Star. It's like 5 pitchers I can name in the NL off the top of my head that have been better than him.
Dude.
Yuri Perez should have been a fucking All-Star.
Merrill Kelly,
Yuri Perez. Who else?
I mean, those,
Logan. I'll take Logan Webb over
Logan
Spencer
Webb.
Strider.
Yeah, that's a good one. Logan Webb.
Who else?
Dude, Blake Snell.
Even Corbin Burns has been better.
It was hella funny today. I'm watching the Marlins Braves game today, and I'm watching the Marlins broadcast, and they're like, Spencer Strider is 5-0 in his last 5 starts with a 5.6 ERA. It's like there's this.
When your team is down there averaging 10 runs a game, right?
Yeah, I mean, he has this like mythological aura around him, and we talk about it all the time, dude. Like he has great strikeout numbers, dude, but he gets shelled like every other start, dude.
Yeah, when that fastball ain't swing and miss, that shit is headed towards the stands.
Yep, that's the only one I really disagree with. I think all the other guys are.
Yeah, all the rest is cool, honestly. Abbott should have got more consideration, but I know he got hurt too. But he's been pretty damn good for the Reds.
He's only made like 6 starts though, 5 starts.
I know, but dude's nice though.
That's Yuri Perez's problem too. He's only made like 7 starts.
Yeah, but Yuri been nasty. He deserved to be an All-Star.
Until yesterday.
Pack Spencer Strider ass up. Well, he a rookie, and he was going up against probably hands down the best lineup in baseball. So, and they hot.
Yeah, for some reason
they cash money. Juvenile, Foe, and Lil Wayne, 500 degrees hot.
For some reason, dude, they own the Marlins, bro. Like they just own them. The Marlins just can't get over that hump, dude.
Oh, yeah, they own the Marlins and the Phillies.
Yep. Thank God they own the Phillies. We don't need to see the Phillies back in the playoffs. Nah, but I'm looking forward to the All-Star game, man. Major League Baseball All-Star game is definitely the best All-Star game. Do we have odds out for the home run derby yet?
I know Mookie's in. I think somebody from the Mariners is in too.
Yeah, J-Rod, Julio.
Yeah, Julio's in. I haven't heard anybody else yet.
Pete Alonso, Mookie, Vlad Guerrero Jr.
Okay.
We don't have odds out yet? No.
Probably be up tomorrow.
Man, we cashed last year with Juan Soto. Yeah, we got Julio Rodriguez in it. We got.
So you got Pete Alonso, Mookie Betts, Julio Rodriguez, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
And Randy Arozarena.
And Acuna said he's taking a break this year.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Dudes that do the home run derby always fucking start slumping after, dude.
Man, they should have put my boy Ellie in there.
I mean, I bet they asked him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm honestly surprised they didn't find a way to get him in the All-Star game, dude.
That too.
I thought for sure they were gonna be like, yo, we gotta get this dude in the. Remember when I think it was Puig when he first came up, they like got him in the All-Star game even though he only played like 30 games or something.
Yeah.
Just gotta get those future stars up like you were talking about, man. Looking forward to the home run derby though. Not sure who I'm gonna take yet. I need to look into it. All right.
So Ellie won't do it this year, but he said he's definitely interested in doing it next year.
Let's go. All right, so we got a trade deadline on the horizon, or
Yes, we do.
end of the month. We're starting to see the contenders from the pretenders. So we're kind of starting to weigh out who's going to be buyers and sellers. So I'm going to name some teams out, and I want you to tell me if they're going to be buyers or sellers at the deadline, all right?
All right.
The Milwaukee Brewers.
In between, but if you put a gun in my head, I'll probably say they might try to be buyers, even though they should be sellers.
Phillies.
Sellers.
They're only a game and a half back of the third wild card.
Yeah, but their starting pitching is clearly not what it was, and I don't think Nola and that other dude, was it Wheeler?
Yep.
Nola and Wheeler probably won't ever be at that level again for an extended amount of time. So
Agreed. Cubs.
Cubs, if they lose this series to the Brewers, definitely should be sellers.
Yeah. Last week I thought the Cubs are an interesting team, dude. They have a plus 24 run differential. They're the only team in that division with a positive run differential. Yet they're 38-44 and they're sitting 6 games out of first place. So they're an interesting team to me because they're a team that if they get into the playoffs, I think they're built for the playoffs because they have 2 bona fide starters in Justin Steele and Marcus Stroman.
Yep.
And then they have 2 good high leverage guys in the back end of their bullpen. They can add another.
And then Hendricks is damn good in the postseason. He got a lot of postseason experience.
Yep.
Smiley gotta just start having more consistency because some days he go out there looking like fucking Mark Mulder or Barry Zito, then the next day he looking like Chris Flexen.
Well, I mean he's a 4th starter.
I know, but he don't know. He could be more consistent. He'd be yeah. I like his stuff. He got good stuff to be a back end rotation guy.
So the Cubs are the most interesting team to me, dude. And you know, if it's July, the last week of July, and they're 6 games back of first place, I definitely think they're gonna sell because they have a lot of pieces that they can sell and get a good return for. Marcus
Aaron
Stroman
in the YouTube chat said the Cubs blow.
Who?
Aaron, AK is on the YouTube chat. He said the Cubs blow, and he said don't hate on the KBO legend Chris Flexen. Oh, he probably was an ace in KBO. Probably had a perfect game, but
yeah, probably. AK the thing with the Cubs though, and you say they suck, but I mean like, dude, they have the best rotation in that division by far, and it's not even close. Easily. Their bats are just very inconsistent.
One day they could put up 9, 10, 11 runs, and the next day they're getting shut out or scoring 1 or 2 runs and losing 3-2, 4-2.
I feel like they go on like streaks too. Like they will win 5 in a row and then lose 5 in a row, and then win 5 in a row and then lose 5 in a row. And like I said, like they have the best.
Looking good against the Orioles.
Yeah, and they have that was like they had a 2-week stretch where they had like 14 games that were 12-2. You know, and then after that, they struggle, and it really started with that Cardinals series in London, dude. That Sunday game, they're up 4-0. Trey Mancini commits an error, ends up costing the Mets the Cubs the game.
Cardinals score what, 8 or 9 unanswered runs?
Yep. 7 unanswered. They won 7-4, and then game was over, dude. You know what I mean? So the Cubs are they're the wild card team to me, dude. Like, because they probably have the best pieces to sell if they become sellers, unless like the Mets or the Padres decide. You think they're gonna sell?
They probably should, but knowing them, they probably think they're still contenders and they're going to continue to spend money. So. But they depleted that. They don't have a lot of talent coming up through that farm system, and they depleted it pretty much to get Soto. And Soto is having a better year now, but they do got a big decision to make at the end of the season. Well, even before the end of the season, because they need pitching, they need more bullpen help. They can't keep trotting Martinez out there.
Well, the interesting thing about the Padres, dude, they have the eighth best starter ERA in all of baseball.
Yeah, but their offense too inconsistent.
Yeah, I mean that's a big problem, dude. Their offense is
After
10
that first four,
101 WRC plus, which is 14th, 165 ISO. I mean, they just their offense is not it, dude. 22% K rate. They do have the highest walk rate in all of baseball though, which is large part to Soto. But yeah, even Manny Machado's not having a good year. And then their bullpen, I mean, their bullpen ERA is not even that bad. 3.59, that puts them fifth in all of baseball. So, I mean, you really look at their issues, dude. It's inconsistency on offense.
yeah. So will they add another bat? How will they add? How will they go about adding that bat?
Well, I mean, you can make a This is the thing, dude. Is like a lot of trade deadline moves are marginal moves, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, you look at a guy like, let's say the Cubs become sellers and they put Ian Happ on the trade block, right? There's a few teams I think that would be in the market for the services of Ian Happ. I think the Orioles could use him. I think the Padres could use him. Those are two playoff contenders I think would definitely benefit from him. I also think the Brewers could use him, although there's no way the Cubs are going to trade within the division. And I also think maybe the Diamondbacks could use an Ian Happ.
Yeah.
And you look in the AL, maybe the Yankees.
Yeah. Definitely would. The Yankees definitely probably need another bat. They could use another arm too, because outside of Cole, they don't really have too much reliable starting pitching. Severino looked good his last start, but when has he ever looked that good? He haven't looked that good in years. He probably could be getting back healthy. Probably could return somewhat to that form, but he'll never be what he was supposedly being cranked up to be a couple years ago. Herman just pitched a perfect game, but he'll probably never even come close to doing that again. Nestor Cortez was a Jag. We all knew that. And he's back to doing Jag things. So they could use another pitcher. They got a good bullpen. The bullpen is decent, so they could probably use a starting arm. They definitely gonna need another bat if Judge continue to miss games because that offense is completely putrid without Judge. So
AK said Yankees getting Ian Happ is such a Yankees move, and yeah, I mean, Ian Happ's a great everyday player, and he's a guy that can play multiple positions too, which is beneficial in today's game because you can move him around. You could put him at second base, you could put him in the outfield, you could play some third base. So guys like that I think have good value, but it's like he's not having such a stellar year to the point where like you have to gut your farm system to get that guy. It's only going to take a couple mid-level prospects to get him. And that's the same thing with Jerickson Profar too, which I think would be a great trade for a lot of these teams that we're talking about that need.
The Orioles should get him.
The only thing with the Orioles, dude, is like they have Adam Frazier, who's a left-handed hitter, and he plays the same position. So Ian Happ is probably better because they can platoon the two or like move Happ around.
And also, they got to figure something out with Mateo. I know he's elite defensively and he can steal bases, but bro is 2 for 32 his last 35 plate appearances.
Yeah, he's got a.
That's not. So basically, he's the Jackie Bradley of shortstops.
Bro, he cost the Orioles 2 rallies today. You know what I mean? He came up with runners on twice, dude, with 2 outs, and he fucking struck out once and grounded out a second time. And he's been atrocious, dude. He is, I forget what I was texting you guys. He has like a 260 on base percentage, bro. Like, if your main, like, attribute to your game is speed and you can't get on base, what good are you?
That's Billy Hamilton level right there.
Yeah, which is why I think there's a spot for him on a roster. Like, he could be a great pinch runner, in the 10th inning. Guy gets on base, you put in Mateo to steal a bag or two and get in scoring position. I think that fits him well, and I think there's a position for that. or giving a guy a day off here and there. But he's not an everyday shortstop, dude. He's not an everyday player at all. And the Orioles, they just keep trotting him out there, and it's not doing anyone good. So, I think that's a team. The Orioles are a team I think that needs a starting pitcher, and they need another bat, primarily a second base.
They need to just call up Jackson Holiday.
That won't happen. He's only in Double-A right now.
I don't know what they waiting on.
Nah, you don't want to. Dude, he's only 19, bro.
It don't matter. He's not your average 19-year-old.
Nah, he's raking, bro. I'm not gonna deny that, but nah, just wait. And then we got some teams that need a lot of bullpen help that are in the playoff. Oh, hold on. Let me go through some other teams real quick. Tell me if they're buyers and sellers on the AL side. So we both agree Colorado, Washington, and the Cardinals probably definitely sellers right now, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Cardinals have dug themselves way too big of a hole.
Yeah, they got to go on like a historic run. It's just not happening.
Bro, they're 10.5 games back of the last wild card, and they're 9.5 back of first place in their division.
Yeah, they got a better chance at winning the division than having any chance at the wild card.
And they're 9.5 back. They're in last place. That's why I think ultimately the Padres and Mets might become sellers too, because they're just so far. They're so far back that like they need all these other teams to stumble too, along with them going on an elite run. So for the AL, Irv, A's obviously sellers, KC sellers, White Sox. What do you think?
They might not sell, but honestly, I would start up some type of no, because you can't even say it's injuries no more with them. It's just
they suck.
Yeah, they're just not ready to contend at the level we thought they was. So they can improve the team, so they might as well be some sellers. I wouldn't say do a rebuild, but like a reload or a recoup. Try to do something like that, retool some kind of way. Because you know who's untouchable. They probably need to trade Tim Anderson because it don't look like he's going to re-sign with them. We haven't heard nothing about a contract extension, an offer, talks of an extension. So, and he knows what he's gonna be worth on the open market. So he's definitely not gonna give him any type of hometown discount. So they could probably get some nice pieces for him because he is a damn good hitter and
he's having a bad year though.
Yeah, he's having a bad year, but a change of scenery can always help.
True, but I don't think the value they're gonna get for him is.
They'll probably get a couple nice pieces. They're not gonna get like a haul, but they'll get a couple nice pieces. Probably get an MLB ready guy and a decent level prospect that'll be ready in a year or two.
The Mariners are another interesting team, because they're
they won't sell. They think they're contenders. They're probably gonna ride it out what they got. Honestly, I think they can get back into like a wild card race. I don't think they have they ain't got I'm not gonna say that. It ain't been long enough, but they got a better chance of going to the moon and coming back than winning this division. That's what I'm gonna say. Yeah, because the way the Rangers are playing, Houston is coming along, and the Mariners are just too inconsistent. And when your ace is out there getting shelled almost every other start or not pitching the way he's supposed to, it doesn't bode well for the rest of your lineup or doesn't bode well for the rest of the season, especially with that inconsistent as offense they got.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing. Like, you look at their starting rotation, 7th in starter ERA, which is great. Relievers, they're 11th in relief ERA this year. But then you look at their offense, and these dudes are 17th in WRC plus 99, which is below, like 100 is good. Like 100 is like average. They're below it. So, I mean, it's a team that definitely talk about a team that needs to add some offense. It's them. And I think what if Juan Soto does become available and they trade for him?
They got the farm system to do it.
Yeah, that's beneficial for them. You know what I mean? But at the
And that would
same,
be even better for me because they trade for Juan Soto, then they would have to re-sign him.
you would hope.
And that means one less team in the Shohei sweepstakes, so fine by me.
See, that's the other thing, dude. Is I keep thinking about like these teams. A lot of teams might just like pump the brakes and just wait a little bit. But the Mariners are an interesting team, dude, because they're only 5 games back of the last wild card. So it's not like they're like, you know,
Yeah, they definitely got a shot at the wild card. They definitely got a shot at the postseason. It's just the second half is going to see it. Can they pitch? If this pitching continue to hold up and they have some type of offense, they'll probably have a real good shot at making the playoffs. Because right now you got the Blue Jays stumbling. They just lost 3 out of 4 to Boston, or did they split that series? I think they lost 3 out of 4 to Boston.
who?
The Blue Jays.
Did they lose today?
I think did they lose? Let me check and see. I think they might have won. I think they won today 5-4.
They won yesterday. They won on Canada Day too, right? Yesterday.
Let's make sure right now. No, actually they lost today. They lost 5-4.
Woo!
Um, they got their asses swept by the Red Sox.
Bro, the Red Sox are comedy, dude. That is a team.
5-0, 7-6, and 5-4.
The Red Sox are a team, Irv, that I cannot gauge, dude. Like,
Yeah, you cannot figure this team out. They just look like complete dog shit against the Marlins.
they got
And then they
swept.
go on the road and sweep the Blue Jays. That's baseball 101 for you right there. And this is why betting this damn sport is the hardest sport to win. That's why when I see motherfuckers talking about they hitting parlays every day and 44-0 and on their baseball picks. Yeah, okay.
AK said Mariners won't sell. George Kirby's their ace. AK, we talked about George Kirby earlier. I don't know if you caught it, but Luis Castillo is the lone representative for the Mariners in the All Star game. We said it should have been George Kirby for sure.
Yeah.
And yeah, we agree. I don't think the Mariners become sellers. I also think a lot of their guys, like, they have a lot of guys under in pre-arb and arbitration, so those guys are hard to trade. And then also, Eugenio Suarez though is a guy that if I'm the Mariners and I'm out of it, I might consider looking at what we can get back because, he's.
They better get it. Whatever they get, they better take it. It's just like our boy Joe Harris. I mean, not Joe Harris. What's the one that played for Philly? The forward.
The forward.
Yeah, the one that he's.
Oh, Ben Simmons.
No, not Ben Simmons. He don't play for Philly.
Oh, Tobias Harris.
Tobias Harris. Yeah, he said the fans said they'll trade him for some crumble cookies.
I mean, the fans like Eugenio Suarez. He's just hella inconsistent.
Yeah, he's just not going to have a year like he did last year. But if they get anything of value for him, they should entertain trading him because they need to trade somebody.
They're only 5 games back, so who knows? I wrote down a few guys though that I think that are pretty good trade eligible. The first one's Sam Moll of the A's.
Yeah, he'll definitely be a shit. My Dodgers need to go get him.
He's a left-handed reliever, and he's a left-handed specialist primarily. Lefties only.
Betsy ain't a left-handed specialist no more. We should get Fujinami too.
I don't know about that. Sam Moll though, lefty's only hitting 176 off him, slugging 216. So, I mean, this is a guy that like gets lefties out, which I think is something a lot of teams could use. Paul Blackburn of the A's as well, starting pitcher. Like, obviously, I don't think he's a top of the rotation kind of guy, but he's definitely a guy that will go in there and pitch 6 innings and give your team a chance to win every 5th day. You know what I mean? Like, he'll only give up 2-3 runs. He'll keep your team in the game. And I wrote down Profar, Happ, and then Barlow of Kansas City, the closer for Kansas City. I think he could have.
Yeah, because they already traded Chapman, so.
Yep. And Barlow, I think I think he has pretty good value because a lot of teams need relief pitching, dude. You know what I mean? So
who else can be who else is a good reliever out there? Well, we know what's the name ain't trading they guys under any circumstances.
Nick Martinez.
Another team that probably should go out and get a starter. Paul Blackburn look real good in the Rays uniform right now.
Yeah, I mean, he looked good for a lot of teams. The
Because they
Orioles,
throw
the
a damn
Rays,
bullpen game like every 2-3 days now. So,
the Dodgers could use him.
you know,
There's a lot of teams I think could use a Paul Blackburn.
yeah, they just need to let Noah Syndergaard go to the gulag because they shouldn't even bring him back.
Because
Keep pitching,
the,
keep pitching the rookies.
the Padres and the Mets are interesting because if they become sellers and Scherzer and Blake Snell become available, like those are the top two starters that are going to hit the market. Blake Snell's a free agent at the end of the year.
Yeah, I think the Dodgers should probably do. Well, they selling Scherzer, they might as well trade Verlander ass too.
Yeah, I mean they might as well and get back whatever you can. Because I mean a lot of teams are going to be in the market for a starter, dude. The Rays being one of them because they're, I mean, just depleted with injuries, and now fucking McClanahan's hurt, and we don't know. He left his last start with back spasms, so who knows how long he's going to be out.
Back spasms are not a good thing. Clayton Kershaw had then missed damn near a month and a half, 2 months. So hopefully it's not serious.
Yep. So I think there's going to be a lot of teams looking around. I don't think a team like Cincinnati should get in a negotiation and sell off a lot of pieces.
Nah, they shouldn't.
But we'll see what happens. Come trade deadline, we'll be keeping everybody updated, and obviously we'll be going through the futures market as we get closer to the trade deadline and as things start to move. Your current betting favorite to win the World Series. You want to take a guess?
Yeah. Is it the Tampa Bay Rays?
Nah, the Braves.
Oh yeah, damn. Yeah, not surprised.
I'll surprise you. It took you that long to even. I thought you would be like the Braves right off the bat. Plus 360 or to win the World Series, dude.
Slipped my mind, but I don't know. They got the offense, but that starting pitching, man.
I agree, dude.
Will be cause for concern for me, and their bullpen ain't that good either.
Their bullpen's been really good since they've gotten healthy.
Yeah, but they got a bridge to get between from the starter to Menser and whoever the closer is. But
Iglesias.
Some of those middle guys be getting their asses rocked.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I agree with the starting pitching. Like if Fried and Kyle Wright don't come back healthy and look like they did before, I think it's going to be tough sled.
It's going to be a long road.
Agree with that. And then obviously Tampa and LA right behind them, the Dodgers. And then
I don't know how the fuck the Dodgers still so high, but I guess it's because of the Dodgers and the talent. But if that bull can keep pitching the way we pitching shit, we're going to be a wild card team.
Yeah, true. It's crazy to me because the Dodgers plus 480 to win the World Series. Guess what the Diamondbacks are?
Plus 1,500.
25 to 1, dude.
Damn.
That's crazy.
Somebody better fire on that because they got the talent. They got 2 damn good pitchers. Only thing they got to add at least 1 or 2 bullpen arms because they bullpen guys are good, but they always getting hurt, and that's not good. And that could be relegated to all those damn innings they pitch them too. Because a lot of those bullpen guys aren't supposed to be pitching 2, 3, 4, damn near sometimes 5 days a week, which I don't know why these teams think their bullpen guys are made of fucking vibranium, but they got
made of what?
Vibranium. They arms ain't made of vibranium. They ain't the fucking what's the name? The Winter Soldier out there. So they gotta work on that. They gotta fix that.
Oh shit! I agree, and that's what worries me about the Reds, dude. Is like, Alexis Diaz is pitched. He's on pace to pitch like 80 innings this year, dude. And that's a lot for a reliever.
That's not good
at all, and it is causing.
I can't even think of the last reliever that got anywhere near 80 damn innings pitched.
Nah, I mean, can't think of it either. I mean, K-Rod had that year where he had like 57 saves, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think he pitched like 70 innings, and dude was never the same after that. He was like,
got a contract and stole money from somebody. I forgot who gave him that big ass deal. Was it the Mets?
That was the Brewers.
The Brewers, okay, that's who gave him that deal.
Yeah. the Padres, dude. They still have better odds than the Marlins to win the World Series.
That's crazy. That's because of that 1 through 4 though. Bogart, Machado, Soto, and Tatis.
That's insane to me though, dude. Like,
Man, the Padres, if they need to trade either Tatis or Soto and get a haul, because I think the team would be better if they get rid of one of those bats.
yeah, but I mean the only problem is like if you trade Soto, like you're not gonna get MLB ready guys back. I mean, you might get one or two.
You might get 1 or 2, but you're mostly doing it to get your bullpen. I mean, get your farm system back the way you had it.
Yeah.
Somebody might throw a starter in there.
Yeah, and I agree. Like if I'm AJ Preller, I'm definitely calling teams and saying, yo, like what you want Soto? What are you gonna give me?
If they re-sign Juan Soto, that's gonna be 4 guys with $250 million contracts or more. And they just gave Joe Musgrove like 2-something, right? 5 years, 200 million, or 5 years, 185.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. Soto is looking a lot better, but they need more help. They need another pitcher. They probably need some bullpen arms too, which is not hard to get those, but they got to add some more quality depth to that lineup. Letting Drury walk and Bell, they fucked up doing that.
And Profar.
And Profar, yeah, they should have kept at least 1 or 2 of them easily.
Yep, no, they definitely.
Grisham can't hit for 162 games. He only hit when it's postseason time.
Yep.
And Cronenworth, he's a good defender, but that dude's bad. It's like he's swinging a fucking garden hose sometime.
Well, I mean, he made an All-Star game before, but he just hasn't been the same.
If he made an All-Star game, I could roll out of bed and make an All-Star game.
I mean, let's see it. No, I'm just playing. I mean, it's
wiffle ball.
I mean, that's the interesting thing when it comes to the Padres, dude. But like, they're so far out of it. Irv, it's like it's at this point. I just think that they've dug themselves too far of a hole. There's nothing they can do to fix it this year. You know what I mean? And like, chalk up the L, dude. Trade Soto. Maybe you entice him to come back in free agency, but you still replenish your farm system, right?
Yeah, because no matter what, he's not gonna sign an extension to anybody that even if he gets traded, he's gonna be a free agent. So, and I'm pretty sure he loves it in San Diego. It's just
yeah, who wouldn't love San Diego?
You just gotta. I don't know, man. Honestly, I always thought before the season they was gonna trade Tatis. So,
yeah, I mean that was the talk of the town.
But shit, he's came back and been raking. So.
He's their best. Soto's their best hitter. Tatis after that. But yeah. All right. Our top 5 teams heading into the final week of the first half. Irv. You want me to go first?
My top 5 is as follows. I got at number 5. I got the Miami Marlins. 4, give me the Texas Rangers. 3, Arizona Diamondbacks, the Baby Snakes. 2, the Tampa Bay Rays, and number 1,
the Braves.
Atlanta Braves.
Damn, you dropped Baltimore all the way out of your top 5?
They honorable mention. I don't like the way they swing in the bats right now, but they could easily be in the top 5.
But you put a team that just got swept in your top 5.
I don't know. I just something about those Marlins, man.
I mean, I love the fish, dude.
No shame in getting swept by the Braves.
So I wanted to drop the Orioles out of my top 5, but then after looking at it and digging into it, I couldn't do it. So I got the Orioles at number 5. They're the only team in MLB this year that has not been swept.
Damn.
The only team.
Great stat.
So I couldn't do it. Number 4, I got the Texas Rangers, like you do. Number 3, I have Arizona, like you do. Number 2, I have Tampa Bay, like you do. And number 1, I have Atlanta, like you do. So our top 5s are exactly the same, except for our number 5. And then you have Baltimore honorable mention. I have Miami right outside. If Miami didn't get swept, dude, if they took maybe one of 3 from the Braves, I would have been
Well, it looked like they was gonna take a game today till about the fourth inning. Oh man.
Bro, I almost texted you guys early in the game too. I was like, man, Sandy does have his swagger back. And literally, right when I was gonna send it, bro, gave up like 4 runs. I was like,
4 runs, buddy.
oh, poor Sandy, dude. What a crazy turnaround from the year he had last year, dude.
Crazy.
Miami's probably kicking themselves too. They're probably like, man, we should have traded Sandy and kept Pablo.
Yep. They should have traded Sandy to the Dodgers.
So he could be doing this?
No, he would have been pitching better.
I mean, there's no guarantee.
I know. I'm just saying that he would have been a Dodger.
All right, before we get out of here, we got to talk Dame Lillard, dude.
Yeah, it was long overdue. It should have happened 2-3 years ago, honestly. I still think he's a top 10, top 8-ish player. He can take over a damn game. You are going to sacrifice some defense. Like he's not just a cone out there, but he tries on defense. He's just not a great defender, but his offensive game is next level.
He's a cone, bro.
Huh?
He's a cone.
I'm not gonna say a cone. He's not that bad.
I love Dame, dude. He's from the Bay, but he's 6 feet tall, dude.
Born and raised, but
it's just tough to be a good defender in the NBA if you're 6 feet tall.
I'm not gonna say if you think he a cone, okay, I'll give you that. But I don't personally think he's a cone. But it's kind of fucked up though that, like you said, you could be loyal to these franchises. At the end of the day, they're not gonna be loyal to you. He is his. It came out that he wants to be in Miami. The the Portland's not going to honor that unless they get what they want from Miami, which is a complete haul. So now they're going to search and open it up and look for the best deal possible for them going forward, which I'm not surprised because Dame should have added a no trade clause. So that would give his ass all the leverage, but he don't have a no trade clause. So that kind of puts him at the mercy of the ownership that said they was going to stick by him and do right by him no matter what. But when shit hits the fan now, that they're looking out for their best interest, which going to happen 100 times out of 100 dealing with any professional sports team.
Well, I think there's a couple things to this. So one of them is, they went out and got Jeremy Grant for Dame, right? And then Dame said like he wanted to stay in Portland, like he wanted them to keep Jeremy Grant. They re-signed Jeremy Grant. And then a week after, he's like, I want to be traded. And if you're the Trailblazers, you're like, hold on, we just did everything you asked us to do. And now you want to be traded? Like, why didn't you tell us you wanted to be traded a week before the draft? We could have worked out a deal and gotten guys that we want in that draft. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I agree with you, like, 100%, dude. Like, NBA franchises, very rarely are they loyal to the player, right? Which is why I don't have any problem with players that aren't loyal to a franchise. But I think Dame I think he's fucked this up for several years, dude. You know what I mean? Like, he's come out and he said, like, I don't want to run from the grind, dude. Like, everybody's running from the grind. Like, I'm going to stay in Portland. I'm going to try and win in Portland. Portland does everything that he wants, dude. They go out and get Jeremy Grant. They go out and they try to build a team around him. And it just, they should have parted with CJ McCollum years before, several years prior to when they actually did. And now it's like, well, I only want to go to Miami. Well, sorry, dude, you don't have a no trade clause, so you're going wherever the fuck we send you. You know what I mean? Like, sorry, not sorry. Because at the end of the day, like, if I'm the Blazers, I'm doing what's best for me. You know what I mean? You would do what's best for you.
Yeah, I get it both ways, but at the end of the day, if he should have known, hindsight is always 2020. He should have known that team was not going to attract whatever free agents. They couldn't put a trade together to bring any type of star to him. The only star he had really wasn't even a star. He was playing the role of a star, but he wasn't, which was CJ McCollum. So honestly,
let's go back years prior to that. Yeah. He had LaMarcus Aldridge.
Yeah, that was one of the. I'm glad that's one of the signs that I'm glad the Lakers missed out on. Shit, I would rather have Mozgov but yeah, it's just I don't know. I think Dame should have honestly been out of there in like 2015, 2016, to be honest. So,
or they should have traded CJ, but Dame was adamant, like, you know, him and CJ were
that
boys,
was
dude.
bad.
Like, that's my
Yeah.
guy. Like, I want to play with him. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it's like it's tough to feel sorry for him. And I'm like, I'm a Dame guy, dude. Like, I love Dame. You know what I mean? Like, but it's like it's hard to back him in this situation, unfortunately. And you know, he doesn't have a no trade clause, and I'm sure Portland wants to trade him where he wants to go. You want to go to Miami? Cool. We'll trade you to
Yeah,
Miami, but we
you
need
gotta
to
work.
yeah, we need to get back what we think is market value, dude. And we're not gonna trade you for fucking Kyle Lowry, Tyler Hero, and a bag of chips, dude. Like that's just it's not
A
gonna
bunch
happen.
of pick
Dude.
swaps. Yeah, I get it. So I'm not picking a side. It's just I understand both sides. But Dame, you signed all them extensions. You should have threw a no trade clause in there. You're one of those type of players that can control where he wants to go at all times. You're on that level. Shit, you a fucking assassin.
Yeah.
So I think he should have included that no trade clause in that last extension, so that way he has complete control over his future and where he wants to go. Because at the end of the day, that's the kicker.
Yep.
Guys with no trade clauses, they end up where they want to be. Even now, you see it in football. You had that no trade clause, you get traded to the team that you want to be on.
Yeah, but I mean, you see what happened with the Bradley Beal thing. You know what I mean? And NBA teams after that, they're gonna be because usually an NBA team gives a guy a no trade clause when they like don't think he's gonna ever leave. You know what I mean? Like a LeBron James, like we're not trading LeBron, dude. So we'll give you a no trade clause. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, now I think NBA teams are gonna see this Bradley Beal thing go down, and you're never gonna see like mid tier guys like Bradley Beal ever get a no trade clause ever again, dude. And in Miami's out here, like Pat Riley, you know, we already know he's like a fucking used car salesman, dude. He like how he negotiates, and he's probably like, well, you know, Bradley Beal only got this back, so this is what we're offering. You know what I mean? So it'll be interesting how it all breaks out. But it was interesting to me, like literally 30 minutes after Dame announced it, the news comes out that he wants to be traded. The futures odds for Miami went from like 1,500 down to 10-1. I'm seeing 8-1 in some spots. Like huge movement on the Heat, dude. Like massive movement, and probably because people want to get ahead of it. But now it's like, now the Portland Trail Blazers come out and they're like, yo, we're not just gonna trade him because he asked for a trade, and we're gonna get all value for it, you know. So now it's like you took that Heat future at like 13-1 or whatever, and like, what if he doesn't go there, dude? And you're holding this ticket. It's
You gotta be careful, man.
yeah, I mean, you know, the NBA futures market is it's wild, dude. Like, you know, I hit the Nuggets last year, 16-1. I placed it in December. In 2019, I hit the Raptors, and I placed that literally right when Kawhi got traded. And, you know, I had a lot of things break my way for that. But the NBA futures market, in my opinion, like, it's the worst market to play before the season starts. Because you can get good value. Like, if a team starts out slow, you know what I mean? You can get good value.
Yeah.
You know, like, the Lakers are 15-1 right now. If the Lakers start the year, you know, 2-8, you can get the Lakers at such a better price.
Yeah.
Food for thought there. All right, let's get some best bets, Irv.
Let's go, y'all.
Best bets for tomorrow. Give me. Looked at a couple games. Honestly, I like I like the Astros plus 1.5 or money line. Perez hasn't been looking too good lately. Astros looking like a better team, up and down hitting the ball, and for some reason, I just feel like they got the Rangers number. The Rangers can't beat this team to save their lives right now. So
They won on Saturday, though.
yeah, they won on Saturday, but with their two best pitchers on the mound, they lost. So, well, not two best, they're two top end guys. So I like the Astros to win tomorrow or plus 1.5, and give me the Orioles money line. Tyler Wells on the mound. Domingo Germán just do a perfect game, so he probably gets his ass shelled tomorrow.
Love it.
So a team that's struggling to hit in like the Orioles are, Domingo Germán. I said Dingo. Domingo Germán is a good home cooked meal for them. So let's go Orioles. I like the money line. And the other game I like tomorrow is give me the Jaime Barrios on the mound versus Blake Snell. The over under right now is 8. I think it's 8.5. It might open up at 9 or 8.5. But I like the under for that game.
Yeah, it's actually a good play there, under 8.5. My lone best bet for now is the Brewers -110 against the Cubs. The Cubs game didn't end until about 10 o'clock local time in Chicago. And they probably, if they have left the airport, they're probably just leaving now. So they're probably going to get into Milwaukee around 1, 2 in the morning. And they got a game at 1 p.m. Eastern. So we're talking 10 hours or 12 hours from now. I love fading teams. They got to travel on Sunday night, dude. So give me the Milwaukee Brewers -110 with Julio Teheran on the mound going against Drew Smyly. And I'm leaning, haven't got to the window yet, but I'm leaning Mariners money line against the Giants for the very same reason, because the Giants played in New York tonight. That game ended about 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Giants have to travel to the West Coast. The only reason why I haven't done it yet is because the Giants don't play until 7 tomorrow night Pacific Standard Time.
Brian Wu been pretty good his last 3 starts too.
He is, and he's from the Bay. So
did he pitch in the World Baseball Classic?
No.
Oh, okay.
He got called up from Double A, but Brian Wu's from the Bay Area, so it'll be a homecoming for him. He'll have a lot of friends and family in town. Not in town, at the game, because they probably all live there. He went to Cal Poly Mustang. Shout out to Cal Poly. San Luis Obispo. Yes.
Hey.
God, I love the West Coast, man. Y'all couldn't pay me enough money to live on the East Coast. I don't know how AK does it, bro. The only people that live on the East Coast are people that have never been to the West Coast. You can't come to the West Coast and be like, oh, yeah, how do you guys do this? Yeah, I bet. While you guys are plowing your fucking snow out of your driveway in January, we're fucking wearing T-shirts.
Yeah, it's a lovely thing.
Oh, man. What a show. What a day. What a weekend. Looking forward to 4th of July. What do you got planned, Irv?
Probably barbecue, pop some fireworks at my sister's house. But really, I can't stand this time of year no more. I used to love this shit when I was a kid.
Why?
Well, I like the barbecue and all that, but lighting all the fireworks, you hear them shits all night, all till fucking 4, 5 in the morning. But if you go, well, like you in LA, if you can find somewhere like on the hill area, you get the best fireworks show in the world.
God, we're getting washed, dude.
Oh, it's raining out there?
No, I'm saying we're getting washed because, we're complaining about fucking fireworks being lit off. You know what's crazy, though, is this year, I haven't heard a lot of fireworks leading up to 4th of July like I did, the last few years, dude.
I've been hearing them motherfuckers since, it's July now. I've been hearing them since May.
Damn.
And I mean consistently, not just every other day or every once a week, twice a week, all day, every day.
See, Paige is scared of fireworks, so we can't even go to a fireworks show.
Aw, she'll grow out of it.
Yeah, eventually. We were in California last year for 4th of July, and my mother-in-law, she lives next to the Watsonville airport, and every 4th of July they do a huge fireworks show, dude. When I say she lives next to it, I mean she lives next to it, dude. The airport's right there, dude, and it's a small airport. It's not like
Ventura Airport. Yeah, Ontario, Ventura, one of those little landing strips.
Smaller than that, dude.
Oh damn, it's smaller than that.
Yeah, no, it's not like 747s, 737s flying in and out of there. It's propeller planes and shit. You know what I mean? It's people that have
like private jets.
Yeah, people that have their own little planes that they rent a spot there and then they fly out of there. So she lives next to an airport like that, but they do a huge fireworks show, dude, and she she wasn't too fond of it, dude. And then her neighbors were like lighting off fireworks too, and she wasn't really having it. But yeah, man, I love this time of year, man. 4th of July is it's always growing up, it was always like the halfway point of summer. After 4th of July always sucked because it was like, oh, now we only have like a month till school starts.
So school, no more staying up playing Resident Evil and Twisted Metal and Gran Turismo and Madden.
Yeah, but in the grand scheme of like baseball, I've always been a huge baseball guy and shit, and it's like, 4th of July always marks like a halfway point of baseball, in my opinion. It's like
separate the contenders from the pretenders.
Yep, and now we really get to the grit and nitty of the baseball season, and I don't know. I've always liked 4th of July, man. Not for the sense of like celebrating America, but it just in my opinion, it's like always supposed to be like the central point of summer. We got to get out to New York and watch a fucking hot dog eating contest one time. I want to do that, dude. That is on my bucket list for sure. Getting out to Coney Island.
Watch your boy. We probably go like 5 years from now. He's still gonna be defending champion.
Bro, that motherfucker be eating like 80 hot dogs, dude.
Yeah, I know. I think his record is like 81, 82. I think this year only ate like 60 something and one, but shit, 60 something hot dogs in 10 minutes. Dude. And the buns.
How the fuck can someone do that?
Yeah, professional eating, bro.
Bro, that fool probably takes the most gigantic poop ever after that, dude.
No, I'm pretty sure laxatives are a big part of his diet.
Oh, that's crazy. Well, I saw like back in the day, I saw a documentary, or it wasn't even a documentary, dude. It was on ESPN. It was like a special, and it was like when Kobayashi was
Summer League starts tomorrow.
In Vegas? Or no, the California Summer League, right?
Yeah, NBA Summer League. I think it's California because it's the Miami Heat versus the Lakers, Memphis Grizzlies versus 76ers, Spurs versus Charlotte Hornets, Oklahoma City Thunder versus Utah Jazz, and Golden State Warriors versus the Sacramento Kings.
I was gonna say because Vegas doesn't start till like the 7th, I think.
Yeah, just take all the overs. It's Summer League.
The market adjusts, serve. But anyways, I saw this special on ESPN. They were talking about Kobayashi and what's his name, the buddy from San Jose. The fuck's his name, dude? Joey Chestnut. And they were saying Joey Chestnut was saying like he has like some defect in his stomach to like where his stomach just like fucking expands more than the normal human, dude.
Oh, so he has
an advantage, dude.
Oh, Kobayashi had that too, right?
He has something similar, but he just couldn't eat like Joey Chestnut.
He couldn't keep up with Joey. He was the GOAT till Joey came along.
Yep. San Jose, California. A bunch of girls that I knew in college always said that Joey Chestnut was fucking a douchebag, though. Hella full of himself.
Well, he looks like one. Any person that's losing their hair definitely turns out to be a douchebag at an early age.
This guy. Oh my goodness. All right.
It's true.
Thank you everybody for joining us. Make sure to tap in with us. We will not be back on Tuesday because that's 4th of July. However, we will be back Wednesday. We'll be doing our Big 12 preview show with CT Bets from Wager Talk.
Big 12? So it's not the MAC or Mountain West?
No, we're doing Big 12, AK said.
All right, Big 12. Let me fix that. So Mountain West is 7-19, man.
Yeah. So Big 12 this week. Breaking it down with CT Bets from Wager Talk. Definitely going to want to tune into that. Go to twitch.tv/taproomsports, youtube.com/@taproomsports podcast, and subscribe so you can get notified when we go on live. Go to Tavour.com or download the Tavour app straight to your mobile device and use promo code TAPROOM for $10 off your first purchase of $25 or more. That's craft beer delivered straight to your front door. You don't even have to leave your seat. For Swerve Irvin, Washington, I'm Jordan Stacks on Stacks on Stacks Lats. We will catch y'all later. Wednesday, y'all. We'll be back. Have a great 4th of July. Irv, be safe. Have a great barbecue, brother.
Oh yeah, y'all be safe. Have a good 4th of July. Do not put any of them damn illegal fireworks in your hands. Do not Jason Pierre-Paul yourself.
Or your butthole.
Y'all, this is a jackass. So you don't see that on Jackass. So if you do something like that, hopefully you make it to the ER, but you shouldn't. Yeah, if you do something like that, you play stupid games with stupid prizes. But if you're setting off them illegals, be safe with them because they can cause a lot of damage.
It's true. That's
And
great
don't
words of
let
advice.
kids get anywhere near none of that shit. You be a responsible parent.
This has been a spokesperson from Swerve and Irving, Washington. We out, y'all. Peace.